Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Sarita Lyons. I just wanted to come make a couple comments before I have to head back to work. The other day when I was in my office, I was just so overwhelmed with so much of the stories that I was hearing from clients and just people in my personal life that have endured sex abuse, sexual harassment, and I just got angry at the idea that so many people are not believed, so many people are not supported, which contributes to people staying silent. And of course, we know just even today and in the last several weeks, several women have come forward and are speaking up, talking about being sexually harassed. Everybody has their own opinion about that, okay? I just want to say to those that are quick to judge their allegations as false and question the timing of them and the sincerity of them, if that is your bent, you likely are someone who has not personally suffered sexual abuse and sexual harassment. And maybe you were, but the reality is we need to give people the opportunity to have a voice. We need to empower women to speak up. There are so many women that I treat in my practice from old history of sexual abuse to currently still suffering and struggling from the effects of their sexual abuse and harassment, that the abuse has rendered them silent and voiceless. And a huge part of their treatment issue is that not only about their sex abuse, but in every area of life, they have lost their voice and their ability to own their life and set healthy boundaries for themselves, because the world tells them to just get over it. The world tells them if you waited this long to say something, it must not have happened. And we've got to do a better job as a country, as a nation, as a community, as a church, to supporting women, supporting young girls. I just want to say to parents, I want to talk to some parents, specifically women. If your daughter tells you that your boyfriend, her uncle, your husband, her father, the babysitter, the coach, anyone has touched her or has had any kind of sexual inappropriate behavior with her, you ought to believe her. Telling kids, well, it happened to me too, it's going to be all right, because you are afraid of losing a relationship with someone is insane. I am sick of seeing women come into my office and tell me about their overwhelming history of sexual abuse, and I asked them had they reported it, and they said yes to my mom, and she did nothing. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to just tell you right now, I am sick of it. I am absolutely sick of it. And whatever help you need, Mom, to empower yourself, maybe you didn't deal with your own sexual abuse, and that is why oftentimes, so if I were to have any empathy, the empathy is that you are passing along poor behavior and coping skills and conflict resolution skills that were used on you and with you, which is why you don't know how to intervene, support, protect your own daughter. But stop it. You need to get help, mother, and you need to get help for your daughter and for your sons. But I'm specifically talking about women. Women are marginalized and are suffering in this country at the hands of men and other women, because women sexually abused too. And it is an epidemic. It is rarely talked about. We are talking about it in the news recently because famous people are being accused. But I do this every day. I hear this and I see it every day, and it has lifelong consequences for the young girls who are trapped in grown women's bodies because they never got the attention, they never got the validation, they never got the support and the encouragement. No one ever protected them, no one ever believed them, no one ever defended them, no one ever called the police for them, no one ever made sure somebody got put in jail on their behalf. And a lot of people are carting their children around at holiday celebrations in front of their abusers. Stop it. Stop it. If you need help, there is help. But we are destroying girls. We are destroying girls. We are strangling their voice. We are blaming them. And their abusers are getting away with things. No retribution, no accountability. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. We got to defend and protect these young girls in our lives. And ladies, grown adults, if you have not healed from your own sexual abuse, sexual harassment, you need to get help. You do not have to suffer in silence. It does not go away. There is no shame in therapy or support groups or talking about it. And this is not so much a plug for therapy, but I'm saying there are people who are having relationship dysfunctions now in marriage and struggling in their dating lives. There are people struggling with their sexual identity. There are people struggling in just being able to identify their calling and their purpose because they have such low value and worth. They have no sense of significance because they are still in bondage to the wounds of their past. And so I'm just here to say, I'm here for all women who are speaking up. Amen. Go ahead. Have a voice. Tell the truth. Tell on them. Women need to tell. And when women tell, we need to listen and we need to believe them. Yes, there are people who make false allegations, and that is wrong. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the women who have been abused, who do suffer. And when they do tell, they are not supported, believed, or protected. And I tell you, every time a young girl comes into my office and she tells me not once, not twice, but multiple times by people that she trusted, that groomed her, that should have been there to protect her and nurture her and care for her, have ripped her life apart and robbed her of her innocence and shattered her hopes and dreams and sense of worth and dignity. It tears me up. I just can't tell you. It tears me up as a therapist. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my part. But we all have to do our part. And everybody isn't a therapist, but everybody has a voice. Everybody should consider themselves a mandatory reporter. Everybody should tell. Everybody should protect. Everybody should intervene. Forget all of that. It's none of my business. It is your business. It is your business. Women's rights are human rights. Women's issues are human issues. And men ought to be intervening and protecting girls just like I'm talking to women. This is not women help women and men, you just take care of the boys. No, we need men. We need fathers and we need surrogate fathers. We need pastors and preachers and ministers. We need uncles and coaches. Okay, we need men in the community to stand up and be done with the sexual abuse of women. Be over it and be involved in being the shepherders and the protectors of these young girls. God bless you.